Hello and welcome to another video. Firstly, I apologise if the gameplay seemed at all laggy. For some reason yesterday my game decided to break itself on its own for no reason. When I tried to launch the game I got this error, although I believe this is a common error which is yet to be fixed, so I had to spend hours of searching trying to fix it, and I was trying to do all different things. In the end I just had to reinstall the game today, but for some reason my game now feels like complete arse. As if I'm playing on 60 FPS and 60 Hz. So therefore the gameplay suffers, and frankly I am too lazy to spend even more time, most likely all day, trying to fix the lagginess of my game and to get you good gameplay. So with that we will get on to the reason of this video. Also, this video is most likely going to come across as very pessimistic, but really it's just about being realistic. I get asked a lot about ProMod obviously on this game, and I always see people saying about wait for the updates, they're going to come. Remember how bad CS was when it started? I just want to clear this up and what I think. The reason I want to talk about this is because there are people out there who I think still have like a beacon of hope that ProMod will come to this game. Especially now, if you don't know about it, CoD Jumper has released like some kind of mod which is technically a hack, as it like injects into your game files. And although this game right now doesn't seem to have any anti-cheat, it could get you banned in the future. Now, what I want to talk about is to pretty much touch on, or in a sense, even repeat, or I guess even elaborate some more on what I said in the video I made months ago about ProMod being on this game, or the future of this game. It doesn't really matter if this game gets some form of ProMod. The game will still be very low populated, or as you would call it, dead competitively in this era of esports. Even if in the land of make-believe this game was released with mod tools, 250 FPS, a good field of view, then yeah, you would have ProMod, but then what? You now simply have a copy of a game that was great years ago. But the problem is the game is facing the exact same issues that led ProMod to die in the first place. Firstly, it's a mod. It still alienates the public player base on all three platforms. The reason Counter-Strike or League of Legends or Overwatch works so well is because the game is played at pretty much the same version of the game for both public players and competitive players. Now, the problem, probably the biggest problem, is that the game has, again, no developer support. Raven aren't ever going to push this game as an esport title. They won't probably update the game. As you saw in a video I made before, they're already moving on to their next game. They're not going to... if you look at like bigger esport titles, like as I said, CS, Overwatch, League, they're always updating the game, adding new maps, new characters. Man, you don't even need to look at a big game, because the game would never be as big as those games. But even a game like Dirty Bomb, which doesn't even particularly exist right now in esports, because it's been on the lowdown for so long. But even they are updating the game visually, removing bugs, adding maps. I don't know about characters or guns, but they're adding things. In a remastered ProMod we would have the exact same issue again, where we have the same 5 maps, the same 3 weapons, and we would essentially be playing a game that sure is an updated version of the game, but it's still probably even a worse version of the previous game. So those are probably 2 of the biggest issues as why even if we had a ProMod in this game, it doesn't matter. Due to the tournaments, they would be like they were in the dying part of ProMod. Events would be funded by the players' entry fees. There will be very small prize pots, so lack of teams attending. No esport organisation is going to fund any of these teams to go to these small, like self-funded events with how big esport has become the last few years. Sure, it worked back then because when prize pots were like only 10, 15,000, even that's pushing it if we had like a ProMod now. Because esports wasn't huge back then, and now it is, so the events are completely irrelevant to big organisations these days, because there's no reason to go to these tiny events, which means there's no LAN support for a lot of teams, which means we have less teams attending events. Moving back again to things about the game that wouldn't be updated by Raven. It's not even just about the maps and the guns. Those are really huge things. We wouldn't have new maps and guns, but other things would need adding as well. Like nearly every big game now has some form of microtransactions, something for people to unlock, like the public players, they unlock skins. League has skins, CS has skins and market, which became huge, the whole betting thing. Overwatch has skins, Hearthstone, cards and skins, and the list goes on. On Remastered, if we had a ProMod, it wouldn't have any of this. Again, it's such a basic game. It's like a 10-15-year-old shooter living in the current era, and it just doesn't work. I mean, this comes back to the CoD4 ProMod standalone petition thing that happened, I don't know when that was, like a year or 2 years ago, which, by the way, was the stupidest thing ever. It would obviously never happen. But the ideas for that were at least good, and the fundamentals for the ideas were good. And in a way, it explains everything that this new version of ProMod Remastered would need. As it says on there, it says it would need skins, ranking systems, leagues, new guns, new maps, better spectator UI, casual and competitive modes, a website which would be integrated into the game menu, and so on. The list goes on. These are the things that Remastered would need to succeed in this era of games or esports. Being excited over a COD Jumper mod which would give you 10 more field of view and 250 FPS is completely irrelevant. Although it probably sounds like I'm here to crush your hopes and dreams, it's just about being realistic. This game, even with a ProMod, will never be a proper esports game because of all of the countless issues faced just outside of the gameplay. And with that, I bid you goodbye and wish you the best of luck in enjoying the game as it is. Are you tired of war? Why not try out the new craze sweeping the battlefield? Bouncing.